Hello everyone, welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise, and at this channel we talk about dating advice for women 55 and older. Today I'm feeling kind of spiritual. Some things that I have read in my Florence Scovel Shin book, as you have seen quite a few times, have been resonating with me. So to give you some background, in my video entitled He Checks All the Boxes, I talked about reconnecting with an ex from my past and him checking all the boxes for hypergamy. And when I dated him, I was very masculine in my energy and not a very good, he couldn't really lead me. So we had a lot of conflict. Even though we cared a lot about each other, we just couldn't make it work. So now that I consider myself a different person 8 years later, softer, gentler, and more agreeable and light and fun, in my mind, I'm giving him another chance. He doesn't know what I'm doing, but just in my mind. And he doesn't really need to know. All I need to do is be the new person that I have become, and he will respond positively, and it will go in a direction that I want, or it won't. And I'm cool either way, because I want to be with the person who wants to be with me. So in Florence Scovel Shin's book, this book, some things came to me about this hypergamous man that I know. And they were on the negative side of things. I noticed that when I thought about him maybe a week ago now, I began to get a little fearful. I began to feel fear in my body, and my fear centers in they call it the second chakra, or around the navel womb area in my body. So around the lower part of the stomach is where I get my fear. And so I started to feel butterflies, and I thought, okay, what am I thinking that's causing this fear in my body? And I began to become fearful because I was like, oh crap, he's hypergamy personified. Like, I know I dated somebody who was a hypergamous man, and I guess in some ways I couldn't deal with it, and maybe he wasn't the right person for me, but I definitely know that I wasn't in a good place. I didn't know how to be led. I didn't know how to acquiesce. I just didn't know how to be feminine and let him take the lead, because he is a masculine energy man who likes to lead. And he wasn't leading me in a wrong direction. He wasn't, he was argumentative, but hell, I was argumentative. So all of the things that I was accusing him of being, negative things I was accusing him of being, I was being that way too. So I was pointing a finger at him, and my thumb was pointing back at me. So I was like, you, and then my thumb was pointing at me. So I was accusing him of certain things when I was doing it too, but at the time I couldn't see it. So I ran across some notes that I got from Florence Scovel Shin's book, and I'd like to share them with you, and related to hypergamy and the journey that I'm on in hypergamy. So on page 48, she says, "Do not despise the day of small things. Invariably, before a demonstration comes signs of land." Before Columbus reached America, he saw birds and twigs, which showed him land was near. So it is with a demonstration, but often the student mistakes the demonstration, but the student mistakes it for the demonstration itself and is disappointed. What that means to me is that before you will get or achieve your goal, you will have signs that you're moving in the right direction. The problem is when you think the signs are the goal or the direction. When you think the signs have made you achieve your goal. For example, I'm trying to think of this. Well, maybe I should use the example that she has because that would be better. Okay, this is a good example. I'm going to read again what she says on page 48. The student must remember not to despise the day of small things. Invariably, before a demonstration come signs of land. Before Columbus reached America, he saw birds and twigs, which showed him land was near. So it is with a demonstration, but often the student mistakes it for the demonstration itself and is disappointed. For example, a woman had spoken the word for a set of dishes. Not long afterwards, a friend gave her a dish which was old and cracked. She came to me and said, "Well, I asked for a set of dishes and all I got was a cracked plate." I replied, "The plate was only signs of land. It shows your dishes are coming. Look upon it as birds and seaweed." And not long afterwards, the dishes came. To me, that's a very good example of me wanting a hypergamous marriage. And the men that I have been meeting, both the hypogamous men and the hypergamous men that the dating company has been arranging for me, are signs of land. They are the twigs. They are the birds and the twigs that Christopher Columbus saw before he reached America. So the hypogamous men and the hypergamous men are birds and twigs that lets me know that my hypergamous husband is on the way. And some people might say, well, how can you use the hypogamous men and the hypergamous men as signs that your hypergamous man is on the way? Well, it's my perception of it. It's my perception. The universe, I call the universe God. God knows what I need to grow in the direction of my dreams. So if my direction of my dreams and goal is marriage to a hypergamous man, then I know I need to know how to deal with conflict. I need to know how to express myself in a feminine, soft way. All that arguing I was doing with my ex, I can't do that and expect a good outcome, because when you argue with anyone, I don't care if it's a man or a woman, feminine or masculine, you both are trying to make the other see your side and see your way of doing it or do it your way. It's a power struggle, and that never works. In my 60-something years on this earth, that has never worked for me, and I doubt for anybody else. So God knows that I need to do work. And the way to do work is to implement and practice what I'm learning. So that's what it is for me. The hypogamous men, the hypergamous men is helping me to get to where I want to go. So I consider them my birds and twigs to let me know that that land is near, that I'm landing on my goal, that I will achieve my goal. So I hope that is clear for you. That is clear for you. So I'm just going to stop right there and do another video on the other part of what Florence Scovel Shinn says about knowing that land is near, and to take these things that are signs along the way, take these things that are signs. For me, it's the dates. I've gotten more dates in this last year than I've had in 10. More dates in this year than I've had in 10 years. And I'm not exaggerating. So I know I'm in the right direction. I know I'm going in the right direction because I see signs that I'm dating people. I'm getting to implement and practice the things that I'm learning. And it's so exciting. It's really exciting because I see I'm changing. I'm changing. I'm becoming more and more self-aware. More and more self-aware of how I respond to people, how I respond to men. It's just like an exciting thing. It's so exciting to me. So join me on the Hypergamous Journey, the channel, subscribe, like, share, and also join me on the journey literally. Literally join me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.